Good morning, Montana. Good morning, world. This is Chris Islip from the Montana World Affairs Council, and this is What, So What, Now What, the International Affairs program that connects you with an expert on the issue of the day. And in just 5 minutes, you become the expert. We have a very special webcast today. We're joined by Mychailo Wynnyckyj, who is live from just south of Kyiv. Mychailo is a professor at a university and a higher education consultant and author of a recent book on the Ukraine. Mychailo, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Mychailo, I wonder if you could share with the viewers what is going on in your community and in your surrounds right now.
Well, at the moment in my surrounds, I'm sitting in my basement at what we call a dacha. I guess it'd be the equivalent of a cottage, just south of Kyiv. We evacuated on the 25th of February. Because of explosions going on in our neighborhood. We live in downtown Kyiv, and we evacuated here because we felt it was safer to be here with our kids. I'm not going to I think that everything that's been going on has been in the world news well enough. The reason I'm in my basement is because we have an air raid warning at the moment, and obviously we're sheltering. We've seen explosions around us. We've seen helicopters coming by with carrying paratroopers. Russia is invading. It's the end of that's what's going on. Russia is invading, and it's doing it on a massive scale. We are absolutely dumbfounded and, quite frankly, extremely impressed by the resistance that's being put up by the Ukrainians. The Ukrainian population has completely mobilized. I will tell you that there isn't a single person anywhere that would even tolerate the concept of living under Russian rule. So we've got Molotov cocktails, we've got people arming themselves, we've got territorial brigades forming. Thankfully, we have, yesterday there's an announcement that the European Union was sending 70 jets to us. So we've now got our own Air Force in it being, we had 35 jets previously, we now have an additional 70, we have trained pilots. So we have a chance, and at the moment we are facing Europe's largest army, and quite frankly, holding our own, which is pretty impressive.
Indeed, it is, Mychailo. Now, here in Montana, events, although we are watching them closely, can seem very far away from us. Mm-hmm. And so I wonder if you could share with us any thoughts you have on what impact this may have all the way around the world here in America and in other world capitals.
I grew up in Canada, hence my accent. I've been living in Ukraine for 20 years. I remember really well the Desert Storm. I remember the Iraq wars. I remember the Afghan wars. I remember a lot of various things that happened, including 9/11 in the U.S. I was still in the U.S. at the time, or in Canada at the time. There's always a question of, why does this matter to me? And the simple answer that I have is like this. One of the things that you have in the American national anthem is that line about the rocket's red glare and our flag was still there. Our flag is still here. Sorry.
That's quite all right. Please take your time.
This is a battle for freedom. It's about being human. It's about resisting evil. There is a guy in the Kremlin that says that, you know what? We have no right to exist. And you know what? I have 4 kids. I want to exist. And I want them to exist. And right now there's a jet flying on top of me. And you know what? They might be dropping bombs. But they'll damn sure not make me into a Russian. And that matters to the world. It's not just a question of Ukrainians wanting to live because all we want to do is just live peacefully, be a democratic country, have a screwed up political system like everybody else, have a president that we can criticize once in a while, make sure that our kids are growing up safe. building a better life for them. You know what? I think that matters to the world. It doesn't just matter to me. It doesn't just matter to Ukrainians. It's something that makes us human, and that's worth defending.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mychailo. Thank you very much for those words, sharing the real human cost of what is going on.
Sorry for getting emotional. I apologize. I'm
No.
not normally this emotional. As a professor, I'm not supposed to be emotional.
Well,
but at the end of the day, that's just where it is.
I don't think there's any need to apologize, Mychailo. It's a very emotional moment. We wish the Ukrainian people, we wish you, your family, your friends, and your community to be safe. We here in Montana and around the world are watching. We are with the forces of peace, and we wish you all the very best. Mychailo, thank you so much for joining us and sharing this very important message of freedom, and letting us know here in Montana and across America the real situation that's going on in the Ukraine. We wish you well. Thank you so much, Mychailo. Be well, Be safe. Goodbye.